Hi, welcome to Armanimation. I'm Arman. I animate assets for games in Spine software and share cool stuff on this channel. Since I also have some coding experience, I've decided to make a video about Unity and Spine together. So, in this video, you will learn how to import your Spine characters into Unity, combine multiple skins, and play animations on multiple tracks. And if you all like the video, maybe I can continue improving it by adding character controller, so you can move around your character in Unity. I'm assuming you already installed Unity on your computer. Time to install Spine runtimes. Go to Spine official website, click on runtimes, click on Unity, scroll down to find Unity package, click on it. Finally, click on the first link, ignoring everything else. Leave it for developers. Wait for download to finish. Make sure an empty Unity project is opened. Then run the Unity package. Click import and runtimes are in. Great. Time to import our character. Go to Spine and export choosing JSON. Check pack option. Go to packing settings and make sure to check premultiply alpha and add .txt extension to Atlas name, so Unity can treat it as a standard text file. Now export the character, locate the files on your computer, and drag them into Unity. After a brief moment, Unity will import it by generating 3 additional files. Grab the skeleton data and drag it into the scene. In the opened context menu, select skeleton animation. Your character should be visible in the scene. Pick a skin if available, set an animation you like to test, and run the Unity. While running, you can change animations. However, not the skin. For that, you will need to exit play mode. If you have any issues with texture color, try changing the color space of Unity project settings to gamma. Cool, that was the basic stuff. Let's write a little code so we can actually combine multiple skins and play multiple animations. By the way, you can practice with our Spine ready files available in the shop. Then share your progress on our Discord server to collect feedback. I'll personally review them. For exclusive benefits and discounts up to 100%, consider becoming a member on YouTube or Patreon. It greatly supports this channel. I'll delete this character and go with default example, mix and match. It has plenty of skins and it also has nice animations. This is the one. It's empty because it doesn't have any skins applied by default. Let's grab it, skeleton animation, and here is it. You can see we can select any skins and they are grouped here. And right now we cannot actually combine 2 skins. So whatever we select, that one will be shown. So first we will do that. We will write a little script where we can select few skins and they will be combined. We will need add another script, a new one. Let's call it Spine test. Let's double click on it and we will open it in your editor. By default, the Visual Studio should be the one that comes with the Unity. So first of all, I want to declare a variable where we will hold our skins. So this is going to be a list of skins. So let's write public string and let's call it combined skins. This is our variable. It's just a string. Remember, I wanted to create a list of strings where we will be holding our skins we want to combine. So to make it a list, we can add a bracket after the string type that will make sure this is a string, this is a list. And if we go back to Unity, and we can see a new drop down appears here, list is empty. We can add any elements here by just hitting plus. So you can write your name of the skins here manually, or we can actually use this drop down and put it here. So we just select them from drop down. It's going to be very easy. Thanks to the spine, they have added Unity editor classes, so we can specify which attribute it is, and that will add that Dropbox automatically. So for that, at the above of the variable, we can call spine skins. This will make sure, yeah, spine skin. We don't want to add anything in as arguments. You can add some options here, maybe some filterings or whatever. I did not try it. So spine skins, and now this is going to be serialized, which means shown in Unity as again strings, but right now we will have drop downs. Let's see if we add a value. You can see we have a nice drop down here, which we can open and select any skin that automatically reads from skeleton animation, so we can easily select them. Let's add another one, and we are done with this component. So we can add as many skins as we want to combine them. Right now nothing will happen actually, because what we see on the scene is actually this one. So we need to make sure that this is combined when we run it, when we run the Unity. Let's go back to the script. So in the start, I want to create a new skin from scratch and add those skins that we specified in the list inside that skin, and then apply it to the skeleton data. So let's do that. Let's create a new skin. I will add the variables here. It's going to be skin type, and let's call it, we declared the skin, and in the start we can create a brand new skin. Let's call it, doesn't matter what you call it actually, just a name. So we have this. We need to actually find the skin from skeleton using the names we already have in the list. So we need a for loop which will go through all the skins we declared here and find them from skeleton data, and then add them into this skin, and lastly set it to the skeleton. I'm specifying the list, setting the length, how far we want to loop. I'm not explaining the for loop here, but this is pretty much just running through each element inside that string list, inside that list. Okay, so I will be adding, so let's select combined skin. This is the skin I created here, and I want to add inside that skin new skins. So this is the method for that. Inside here I will write a code that actually finds the skin using the name. So let's get the name. Let's assign that value taking from here, specifying the index. So here we will hold the name of the skin that we are currently taking from the list. Now let's take combined skin and add a skin inside that. So this is the method for that. I will need to find that actual skin. I have the name, I need to find that. So I need the spine object, the one I am going to interact with it. So in the start, let me actually declare it here. It's going to be a skeleton animation, I believe, the type of skeleton animation. Let's call spine object or spine skeleton animation, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to take that from current object because it is actually assigned, it is added as a component. So let's assign it taking from this, which is the object, the game object the script is attached to, and get component. So getting component, specifying the type, which would be skeleton animation. Great, so now we have our spine object. We need to take from that spine object the data. Should it be here? No, I think we need to take skeleton and maybe then data. Yeah, it should be here. So this data allows us to find the skin using the name. Find skin. And now we can supply our name that we have iterating through using the list. Okay, so we will add the skin in combined skin, all the skins that we have, but they will be just hanging around inside combined skin. We need to apply this combined skin to the actual spine object. So let's do that. I will still need to call skeleton and set skin, I guess. Yeah, and then let's give that combined skin. So we actually created combined skin that contains all the skin we will specify in Unity editor, and then we set it to back to the spine. And one thing, after changing the skin, we really need to set up pose the slots, I guess. I'm not sure, but this let's just do. I remember working with slots or things like that always needs to be should be here. Yeah, let's go with slots for now. I don't think we need the bones to update. Okay, so before start, we need to make sure that there is actually something inside that list. So let's give some values. I will set the dress blue and actually give character a skin. Nothing is visible here. When I hit play, I think it should work. If not, we'll see. Yeah, it works here. So you can see we have the skin, the face, and we have the blue dress. If I go back and try to set the blue dress here, you can see that face doesn't show up here. So this is the way to combine skins if you want to make it functional also in the runtime, because if I run it, you will see that whatever you change here, nothing will work because it's already happened. The skins were applied in the start. So it's not going to do every time. But there is a function whenever we change this, the trigger works on Unity, which is called onValidate. So we can call that function and do actually whatever we done in the script inside that function. Let's call that function onValidate. I will delete this line, we don't need that. And let's copy all this and put it here. I will leave these two lines in start because we don't want them to be called every time. Okay, let's see what we have now. I can see we have an error without even running the game. This is because it actually works. Right now we have triggered that and it went, and obviously some objects will be just null because we did not initialize them here. So we can check it for null here. And I also want this combined skin to not be null. So after that, we can proceed with the following code. So this will make sure that it's not working unless these two variables are initialized and have actually value. Let's see. Looks good so far. Let's add more skin and see if we can give eyelids. Great. So we don't see anything because that trigger was not run. If I update anything here, I think the code will run through all the list and fill them. So you can see I just added one value and we have everything here. Let's give her some hair. And this is running right now, and you can see we have no errors and everything works fine. So this way we can nicely add any skins we want. Just to make sure when you go back, whatever you added here in runtime, it will be discarded. So maybe you want to do it here by default. Great, so skins out of the way, let's do the animation. I want to do the similar way for animations so we can apply different animations on different tracks. So these elements will be our tracks actually. We can set any animation we want here. Let's go back to code. And it's going to be easy because I will be doing a lot of duplications. So let's duplicate this line. I need the same list, but for animation. So let's call them track. It's not tracks, basically, it's just a list of strings. Let's call this spine animations. So this is interesting. Right now I'm telling that this list of strings should be serialized as spine animation. So right now we will see again drop downs, but it will be showing the same the animation names from the skeleton. I will show it in a moment. So we are coming again in validate. We can create another for loop, and this time I will run through tracks, similarly up to its length, and I want to set the animation. Again, we are working with spine object, which should not be null because we have checked it here. Spine object, it should be in the states. Animation state, sure. Set animation. Great. So set animation has several arguments here to pass. The first one is the track index. So instead of giving just 0 or anything, we will give it an index that we have in the for loop. So this means that every item in the list will have its own index. And next we will need the name. Similarly, we can take it as we did with skin names. Just name it animation name and take it from tracks. And now animation name. Next, I believe it's coming the loop value. I will give it true. I don't want to go down that deep. I just want to show that you can play animations on different tracks. Maybe in the future videos I will also make ways that you control if it's loopable or not inside the editor. And yes, that's it. We don't need to apply any skins, any animations after that. Just setting animation should be enough. Let's go back. And we should see, here is it. We should see tracks. Let's see what animation. You can see that we have drop down, but the icon is different and the list is different, obviously. Let's select the dance and see what we can select here. And let's select a walk. They are not supposed to be the same played simultaneously, but yeah, it's just for test purposes. I see some errors. Let's see. Oh, I think we excluded it from if. Let's put that all inside that same if. Let's go back and hit run. Nothing is showing and the skins are not working and animation doesn't work. It might be confusing, but again, since we put that inside the onValidate function, it's not being called right now. We need to do something in this on this editor side, so it sends that, so it triggers that function. So whatever we add here, it should work. We can change it here, and you can see everything is applying. Okay, she's walking, and I can see she's also dancing here. They're combining not properly, but because they were not supposed to do play it simultaneously. Let's add another skin, maybe give her eyes. Want to learn how to move 8 directional characters in Unity? Check this video. Thanks for watching and subscribe to not miss the next poll. And special thanks to our supporters and patrons. You motivate me to create new content. See you in the next video. Bye.